What If It's Cool is proudly brought to you by Respo Clothing. Feel like a champion by wearing the merch from all the stars, including Luke Resner, B Squared, Savannah Rowe, John Stop Action, Nova Nichols, The Cooters, and my personal favourite, Conflict Axiom. So feel like a champion by checking out Respo Clothing. They can be found on Facebook and on Instagram. Want to step in the ring? Well, here's your chance to learn from some of the best. APW Academy is holding out their tryouts on April 21st at the Adrenaline Zone. Registration and information is in the description for you to become the next breakout star. Adrenaline Pro Wrestling presents Breakout 40, happening on April 26, featuring the up-and-coming stars of Adrenaline Pro Wrestling. Ticket link is in the description. Make sure to check it out. MXW presents Game Over, happening on Saturday, April 27th at the Sunbury Memorial Hall. Ticket link is in the description. Make sure to check it out. It is now, what time is it now? On Sunday morning, April 14th, as we record this, it is 8:29. I really slept for maybe less than 2 hours because I was out partying all night with the now new Alpha Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion Kris and the rest of the verdict, and I'm very tired. I don't know. I can't see with these glasses. I'm gonna take them off. Hello and welcome to Reaction Wrestling Wednesdays. I know that's not the normal intro, but I am incredibly buggered. I'm not lying when I said I've only got 2 hours sleep because I have. Originally, we were meant to have another match, but I was like, screw that. It's 40 minutes. I'm not gonna be on camera for that long because I really need to go back to sleep. I am Daniel Porcro. With me, as always, is the very smiley and he actually looks really well rested, John L. Crossfire. Johnny, how you going?
I've been up since 5 a.m. I was watching ice hockey. I've had a coffee. I've got my game coming up at 10:30 a.m. Hence why I'm wearing my Bruins jersey rather than my own merch.
No,
But hey, hashtag buy my merch.
you have terrible taste in hockey teams, my friend.
Which Crossfire just won, so life's good.
Yeah. I'm sorry that I'm not being lively, guys. I'm actually really tired. All jokes aside, no. So I just finished up All or Nothing and NG3 yesterday. Even though Pipeworks Market is so closer to home than the Sunbury Memorial Hall, I still got home, and I shit you not, at 2 o'clock. Oh God. Chasing the dream.
I said midnight when you got home, but Jesus.
Yeah. No, I left Pipeworks at about 11:30 from memory because I was talking to My Chaos just before I left, and literally there was just like booze buses, traffic stops, accident after accident after accident. I was like, oh fuck me, and I'm like, all right, I haven't eaten yet. I'm gonna go pull over. So I went to Macca's, and then line wasn't there, you know. Like, I'm sorry to be negative at the moment. I'm just really, really tired, guys. But why Macca's does it take you 15 friggin' minutes to get like a Happy Meal done at midnight? Oh, sorry, in this case, 1 o'clock on a Saturday night. You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm not the only one that does it, but this is just that was ridiculous.
Like, if you factor in like the cooking time for the nugs and stuff, though, it's still like, bro, come on now. Like, just give me my Happy Meal.
You know what the worst thing is? Like, I look at how Macca's is now. I remember when I was still working in fast food and all that stuff. If we had those sort of wait times, we would get our asses chewed or fired. These kids now these days, God, I sound like a really old man when I say it like that. But these kids these days just don't know time management. They just go at their own pace. But that's my own little creed for today. Now, before we get started, health update, Johnny. What is happening with you at the moment? Everything good?
Same old, same old. I'm plugging along. It's a little bit blurry just because it is so early in the morning still, but this eye is actually starting to get more clearer than this eye. So that's
very
a good
good.
sign. But I still can't read and write out of one or the other. I still have to use both and then struggle. But when I'm just looking at this one, like I said, like before in the past, that like colors and stuff were a lot more clear in this side. Like just in general, like it's literally like even with the blurriness.
I can see your missus in the background.
That's what she said. She's like, I'm back. I'm just eating cornflakes. It's fine. There's no feet today. But
Yeah,
no, like it's literally like even with the blurriness, it's still like HD versus SD, which is a good sign that hey,
that is a very good sign,
hopefully
brother.
the stitches can come out in the next few weeks then, because there's no sign of like blur, not blurriness. There's no sign of like haziness, I should say. Like it's still blurry, but there's no cloud. There's no rubbing. Uh, fingers crossed. Appointment's like a month from today, actually. So
Oh, that's good. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm just gonna to get something off my chest, quite literally. For those who are wondering, I am wearing the lovely new Adam Crow t-shirt. I
yes,
am not endorsed by my lovely cousin to wear this. I just think it's a really good shirt. But
it's
if
just
you
a
do want
family
to
thing.
get one, make sure to DM Adam Crow on Instagram, which is Adam Crow PW. I better check though, because he's gonna kill me. Hang on.
I think it's Adam Crow underscore PW.
I've already pissed off that many people from last night. I got to make sure I get this right. Where are we?
There's a lovely shade of salmon though.
Well, it comes in a few colors, and I just prefer the well, I call it pink, but you're right, salmon color. Yeah, Adam Crow PW. There will be a lot more Crow merch coming out. Not me, obviously, but like of Emilio and Adam coming out. So just stay tuned to the socials on there, because I've seen some of the designs and they look freaking sweet. Oh God, I love it when my voice is like that. Like, I feel like Barry White. Can't get enough of your
Let's
love,
get it on.
baby. Let's get it on. No, okay.
It's that
What's it?
early morning like dryness though. It's like, oh, it's so silky smooth, but it fucking hurts.
Well, I think if the footage isn't out yet, obviously, but it was two amazing um events that I called. Energy 3. I had the pleasure of working with I'm literally about to say his shoot name. Khan Kruger. Lovely, lovely man. Um, sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. Um, Lovely guy to work with. And I got the call, got the also call with one of my best friends in this industry and in this life that we call life, PJ Red. And I just want to also point out, Paige, thank you for making me deaf in my left ear. It was worth every last decibel, because literally we had so much fun. The three of us, we were just making fun of each other, making fun of Mason, what's his name? Mason Stone.
Stonehenge?
Stone, no, 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 not Stonehenge. I think his name is Mason Stone Loser. Um,
Oh
you know,
damn, shots
you know what
fired,
I
my
mean?
dude.
You know what I mean? And then we were making fun of a virgin by the name of Nate. Oh, what? Oh God, I'm really, really on fumes right now. Like my energy levels is completely gone. Nate Hunter, he's a virgin. Um, it's absolutely great. And All or Nothing. Um, wow. All I'm gonna just say is, I had so much fun, but my voice is wrecked. I'm lucky I didn't break my glasses. I'm not going to reveal on the show what happened. All you just need to know is when my glasses fell, luckily I pushed them out of the way, and luckily no one stepped on them. So, God, I love wrestling. Anyway, now
Closer and
in
closer to taking a bump.
Oh no, no, I'll shut my mouth. I'll shut my mouth. Wait for the footage to come out on Alpha Pro Wrestling's YouTube channel. I will tell you later, Johnny, what actually happened.
Oh,
Um,
sweet.
because something did happen, and I have single-handedly pissed off quite a few people by doing it. So if you guys weren't there, you should have been there, but you'll just have to wait till the footage comes out on the Alpha Pro Wrestling website. Sorry, YouTube channel. Now, just quickly for housekeeping as well. I know ECW are having a show, but I have forgotten all the details. Can you please give us just a quick
Yeah,
explain?
so Saturday, May 11th at the Australian Croatian Club O'Connor. And the address is actually Turner because the building is literally on the border of O'Connor and Turner, which is it's basically north side. It's Belconnen for people that are familiar with Canberra. But yeah, Saturday, May 11th, tickets starting at $15. We have gold, silver, bronze, obviously. Um, yeah, I'm pretty keen, pretty excited. Show number 2, Electric Boogaloo, and as of yesterday, upon recording this, sorry, 2 days ago upon recording this, 15 Minutes of Fame, ICW, May 18th on the Canberra PCYC, which is the opposite side of Canberra. We have, 50 Minutes of Fame links links out. Tickets are on sale. What are words? Hashtag that shirt is now available as well. Cheap plug. I
I
think the
mean,
caffeine's kicking in, and now I'm
well,
just
this is how tight I am now. I now have to resort into wearing my glasses because I now cannot see. I don't like wearing my glasses when we're doing these because obviously the ring light hits it.
yeah.
Um,
Mrs. Crossfire has the same problem. Like even just in general, it's just the glare. I'm not looking forward to that when I
do
do.
you know how incredibly hard it is to do what if it's called heat when I'm wearing my glasses and I got the light in my eyes? Like I think there were 2 episodes of Heat where I did wear my glasses simply because I forgot, but it defeats the whole purpose of the DPC character, like not having the glasses on. But that's my own cause. But I've got a little bone to pick with you.
With me.
This is why I brought up ECW.
Oh, okay.
You cheeky motherfucker. When the were you going to tell me our favorite, our friend, and most importantly, our psychopath, Tom Barrett, was going to be working with you?
I did say you would see some familiar faces.
You kept that away from me. I had to uh go into All or Nothing yesterday, and Tom was there as a fan, and we were just sort of having a chat, and he just looked at me with the biggest grin. So, did John tell you, or you just found out? I was like, I found out, you fucking bastard. And Tom just had a good laugh. He's just like, ha, 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 suck it. I'm like, no.
I am just a measly pawn that calls matches, good sir. I have no idea what you're.
He told me a different story. He told me that you've known for a while, so you suck.
No,
Now,
now that it's been announced, we can talk off air. But for
yeah.
the rest of the fans, stay tuned and buy your tickets.
Now, so as we I can't remember what the dates are or what the name of the show, but Alpha Pro Wrestling will be back next month with at the Piper Market. But I will have more information once it comes. I just can't remember off the top of my head. I don't actually have my list next to me with
Sure, by the
everything.
time you edit this, there will be like a little poster and
No, won't be out yet. I don't believe so. Um, yeah, we just enjoyed. Oh, I'm gonna tell you a story after we close up tonight, but we got trolled. And it
oh,
is
really.
it is the best trolling I've ever had, and you're gonna love it. All right, because I know I can't reveal that. So, but yeah, we got trolled, and it was absolutely great. Now, in celebration of Chris Law's championship win. I know this is normally your time to shine the talk, but it's just because one, I don't want to watch something for 40 minutes on this time, but B, I also want to incorporate the boss, because I'm on Config Axiom's payroll. I probably shouldn't be wearing this at the moment when I'm talking about them, but yeah, it is what it is. You're going to be getting a match from now. It was this is again Adrenaline Pro Wrestling. It is Jayson Krash versus Kris at Rise Above. Now, I don't know when it comes to the storyline of what match this is because they've had multiple matches, but every single one is a stunner. Um, I will still remember their great match from not only last night, but it was at Pandemonium 2.0 where it was the APW Legacy title. Now, if you guys all know, that is actually called the Config Axiom Legacy title. I don't give a what anyone says. It is the Conflict Axiom Legacy title. Um, Absolutely amazing match. Everyone that was involved just played their part right, and I can't wait to see what's next for Chris Law when he does performances like that. And Krash is just absolutely amazing. But just quickly as well, just before we go into the match, um, As a it premieres today, right? Episode 100 for you.
As we record this, it drops in 2.5 hours. What is math? Three
Oh,
hours?
I saw some of your
Anyway,
lines last night on commentary. I do apologize, but I did. If you listen carefully, you will hear me say sorry, Crossfire several times. Yeah, no. So
but yeah,
episode.
remember yesterday, episode 100. It is a 3 hour episode on on like the what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. But like if you look at it, it's gonna say 3 hours. The whole conversation with DPC is not that. The conversation's just on 2 hours with DPC, and then myself and my wife ranted for an hour about WrestleMania because
It's WrestleMania.
what we do. And there was a rant in there about neckbeards and
Mm.
instep marks and yada yada yada. Mrs. Crossfire's at fault. She asked me a question, I answered it, and it just spurred into a rant. Not sorry. But no, 2 hour conversation with DPC. On the surface, that's what I'm looking for. On the surface, it's a long ass episode, but no, it's just if you want just the DPC conversation, it's 2 hours, and then you can just fast forward to the end if you really want to, just so it says that it's still been played.
All I just want to say is, firstly, I think I did say it on the show, but now that I'll probably say congratulations on 100 episodes. Well deserved. Absolutely amazing show. Make sure to check out Quarter Conversation, wherever you get your podcasts. It's just originally just, no, not originally, it's just debuted on Apple Podcasts as we speak about 2 weeks ago. Um,
This is the
yeah.
second official episode, like since we've been on there, that it's dropped. Like all the archives are there, but yeah, this is the second episode on Apple Pod.
Mm. Also, I want to celebrate a small milestone as well. I have it won't be out for a few weeks, but I have also recorded episode 100 of whatever it's called. I did that last night with
Yes.
the Adrenaline Pro Wrestling crew. It was pretty much a live um talking. I'm not going to reveal what happened, but something happened that involved multiple members of the roster. And all I'm going to say is you are never going to look at so many members of the roster ever again the same way. You gotta think they are the absolute best people in the world, and I can honestly say, hand on heart, I love my job and I love working for Alpha Pro Wrestling because of what we did on that episode. So stay tuned when that comes out. And yeah, with that being said, let's get right into the action. Now, I
That's
think
a
this
banger
is
of a song, by the way. Obviously, it's just been muted, but yes, banger.
I remember when I first heard it, and I was like, oh, I don't really like it. You know, just the chorus of it, right? Because it starts absolutely amazing, but the chorus is like, yeah. Um, now that I've been working with Krash and seeing more of Krash now, I've grown to love
See, as good as the intro is, the
it.
chorus is actually my favorite part, but I think it's just because of the lyrics. It's
No,
very
I just like when they go, booyah, booyah,
very
boom.
appropriate for a professional wrestler. I'm surprised no one else has used it like before then.
Now, I think if I remember correctly, I think this is the Seaford Community Center. Oh, Tomo's doing the announcing there. I thought he would. Oh, well, then again, this is from 2019, so maybe he wasn't doing the comms with the headset yet at that point.
Like
Yeah, yeah, that's Seaford.
I know it doesn't get picked up in the actual like reactions, but I love like from our end when it has like the little bits of lag because it was like slow mo just then for me as he was getting into the ring, and then it like sped up and he like fast forwarded up onto the road.
And here comes Crystal. Yeah, I just want to unmute it for a second to see if it's the same music he normally uses. Nah, something completely different. And this is way before
He's
Conflict Axiom as
rocking that
well.
Razor Ramon walk almost there when he came through the curtain. That was, kind of cool. I don't know.
Is this when he had the yeah, it is. So he like dyed his hair at the top like gray and
Oh, that mask is cool.
yeah. Oh my God. Just I can't explain how much I love Chris Law, but like whenever he's backstage, I'm so intimidated. I know I've worked with him for a while now, but I still get goosebumps every time he walks in. He's just he's absolutely amazing.
It's we were I genuinely like because of that ADHD and everything blends together. I don't know if it was the episode that you and I just did on my pod or if it was a recent reaction, but we were just talking about how I think it was the podcast. Like I was talking about like how Chris Law's been doing this for 20 odd years and he seems to just get better every single freaking year. And I'm just like, bro, like this dude's a freak, but in the best way possible.
I wish you were there last night because like I still don't know like you said, like we've said it before, he just gets better and better. I don't know how it's possible, like for somebody who's been in this industry for that long to be that fucking good and continuously getting that fucking good.
But honestly, to Krash's credit as well, though, he's in that same category. And like I've seen so many guys and girls that Krash has had a hand in, being part of their learning tree. And I'm just like, dude, I would love to sit under Krash's learning tree one day. It'd be amazing.
Oh, 100%. And Krash, again, the performance he did last night, if that doesn't get match of the year or somewhere close, I don't know what will. He was absolutely fantastic.
This is a fight. It's not a match, it's a fight.
And like the thing is, like he's still in great shape here. But you look at Krash here in this clip compared to Krash now in 2024. There's a very stark difference. Like he's really put in the work for like get into even better shape. Beautiful, straight off the bat.
You know what the Revenant is.
As DPC mentioned, these two have a very long-standing history, a very long-standing rivalry. So it makes sense that they're gonna go straight into just beat out of each other.
I'd love to have them on this show just to see where it all started, so we can maybe watch the first match and just see how incredibly better it's gotten ever since.
I was kind of on the same wavelength. I'd like to see them kind of pick a match and get them on here together.
Well, I know I did speak to them, and I didn't mention to Kris, but I definitely mentioned to Krash that I definitely want them to be part of it. And Krash is already on board. He's actually, I've got to talk to you after the show about this. We got a lot of
beautiful,
and he lands on his feet. Krash has got a couple of matches he wants to do, and he's all on board. See, Law has the best dropkick, and I don't give a flying what anyone says. He has the best dropkick in the industry, not in Australian wrestling, in the industry. It is so slick
I
and
was
smooth.
already going to say it's definitely the best dropkick in Australia, but if you want to go further, then absolutely, because there's probably only two other people that come to mind, and that's me and Supermarket.
Oh
my god!
Well, I've had a lot of arguments with it, but I'm just like, you show me someone who can actually do it for that long, because every single match I've ever seen, he does it, and it's always perfect. Never misses it.
Honestly, every time I see Krash's, not Krash's dropkick, every time I see Chris Law's dropkick, the first person I think of is literally Randy Orton. Like, that's just me being a super mark, but honestly, you could put those two drop kicks side by side.
Hey, you know you're not a super mark, okay? You're just a regular mark like me. But the super mark belongs to Adrian Castle. Oh!
Beautiful chop by Krash.
Shout out, Adrian.
Oh, look, there's a certain guy who should be starting an OnlyFans in the background.
Oh, I was like, is that? Yes. Got way too excited for that little. It's not even an intended cameo, but you know what I mean. Way too excited for that cameo.
I love Marshall. We all know that.
So is he doing like security or ring boy duty?
I'm not sure. Guessing ring duty.
Oh, you heard that? He's gonna chop him.
Oh no, he's not.
No.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, that looks so painful too.
No matter how many times I see that spot or who it is, I hate it. Like,
Krash is seething.
Just break your hand. It's fine.
I've seen someone actually break 2 fingers by doing it. Not gonna name who it was, but it was bad.
I can't remember who it was, but they like split their hand open doing it, like to the bone. I think it was Penta or someone.
Nah, I don't think it was Penta. I think it was definitely someone from Mexico. I just don't think it was Penta though.
I think Penta was in the match. I think Penta chopped the out of them.
Was it? Hang on. Was it Blue Demon Jr.?
Oh, possibly.
Yeah.
But I think this match that I'm thinking of was actually in the States, but Penta was in it. And
Yeah.
like they literally just split their hand open.
Foul tonight as well.
Close. Anyway, back to this action because these are two phenomenal
Needs to
ones.
get on top of this. He's got him wrapped up in the ring ropes.
Oh!
Oh, beautiful running European. While tangled up in the ropes.
Put him inside out.
Nowhere to go.
It was ridiculous.
It's so hard to believe that, you know, that these guys can have this many matches and still like surprise
Not happy.
and have and every single one being better than the other, you know what I mean? It's like we've got like
What did you say this was? 2019?
2019, but they've had like I think maybe 6 or 7 matches since then. And like you know, like we have so many people have multiple matches like Rock and Austin and Triple H and Jericho, Triple H and you know insert name. And some of them can be really great, but then some of them can be stinkers. All the ones that I've seen of Jayson, Krash and Kris are bangers, every single one.
That's the thing though, like you look at like for example, everyone was making jokes about Roman versus Brock for the 100th time. They only had like 9 matches together, which isn't actually that much, but because they were all so similar, it was just like, why are we still doing this? Oh, beautiful spinning European or I didn't see
Bloody coward.
what that, but
Off the second rope there.
here's that this is 5 years ago now, and they're still having a match this good. And to your point, they're going to have a match even better now, despite the fact that they've had, and they're still being creative and
Did you know Raw came to me
awesome.
and begged to not have this?
No, so like the match they had yesterday, just for context for those who weren't there, Krash had already had a match before, so did Law, but Krash had been attacked twice.
There's a match.
So you know, the fact that he still went out there and put a performance that he did, absolutely stellar.
They kick to the midsection there.
I don't know what these guys' like personal situation is. Maybe it's a choice, but the fact that I'm not seeing either of these interstate is ridiculous to me.
Well, Law in the early noughties was mainly here in South Australia from memory. I think he did do stuff in New South Wales and in Canberra, but was very, very limited. Krash, he's open to work everywhere else. So if you want to, try to get him to ECW because you got a little bit of pull over there, why not? I'm not speaking.
So we could
And like they're both like fantastic singles competitors in their own right. They could do anything. But do you know how many times I've been like, hey, Crash Bros.
Oh, a leg drop off the back of the neck.
If you haven't seen the Krash Bros wrestle before, guys, get on top of that. Actually, you know what? We should probably do that for an episode in the future and get Krash and Zane on.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm not going to sit here and fantasy book like we do every week. In terms of like the fantasy shows that I write in my notepad, just because I don't have a life, Dane Zodiac, before he took that time away, featured very heavily in that notepad.
All right. When we finish this episode, we'll do one little bit of fantasy booking, okay?
You sit there singing his praises, mate. You got something for him, I'm telling you.
But you know what? Actually, speaking of fantasy booking, because now my brain's thinking, you mentioned Tom Barrett before. Of course, he's very I would love to see the unstable Tom Barrett and Chris Law in a big meaty men slap and meat match because they're both extremely agile for their size.
I think they may have had a match before. I've got to have a look in the archives and see, but I think they may have.
Oh, beautiful power slam!
Champion.
Thank you.
It's so hard to believe that like you said, because Jayson Krash has had a massive transformation. It's so hard to see like him looking like this and what he looks like now. Like
he's still in great shape here, but the fact that he's putting even more of it, like.
No, I don't mean it like that. I mean like the guy is 32 and he's getting better and better and better. Not only condition wise and shape wise, but just overall wrestling ability. Like I can't believe that this is the same guy because like sometimes when you reach that certain peak, you just start to go downhill. He's just going up and up and up and up.
I think that's why, in a way, though, him and Law have had such a great rivalry because both of them very much, like, despite the fact that they're very different performers and like, personalities, they are still very much cut from the same cloth in terms of the type of, like, competitor they are. Oh, beautiful penalty kick.
Krash slipped on the mat. and a kick out. Law
Granted, again, that's just my opinion, but yeah.
It is.
No, I totally agree with you on that one. I've always said that if Law and now I'm gonna be for Facebook. I said if Law and Krash would ever be a tag team, I think
bro.
they'd be unstoppable.
And I think, honestly, the fact that they're different enough in terms of personality and style, but still close enough in terms of just their intensity and everything else, it would be a match made in heaven. Oh, beautiful blue thunderbomb! Shout out to Jeremiah Kingsley.
Almost.
Yeah, he's still pretty cut at you that you're not coming to WrestleFest.
As I said, I want to be there, but I literally won't know until the week of. It's just May is a very, very busy month.
A great match we're enjoying right now.
Oh, that's next month, isn't it? Oh my god, I need to get ready for that.
And then my mom, I'm going like the actual date for personal reasons, but my mom's birthday is at the end of May, and I haven't seen her for her birthday. So hopefully, yeah, my mom actually just had a stroke, by the way. So shout out Mama Crossfire. So I kind of want to go see her for her birthday as well. So, like,
I thought you were going to say
super kick. Ooh. Okay, now that was a super kick. The second
I love it when he does that.
Wacky line.
Down hard.
Pendulum lariat. And he did that way better than John Moxley ever could.
The crowd getting into this one now.
I gotta admit though, I kind of miss Law having the silver hair.
It just looks badass though. Like
I know, but I'm too scared to say that to him because I'm afraid he's gonna kill me. You know, take away my Conflict Axiom money and you know take away my Conflict Axiom merch. I don't want to lose that benefit.
You know who he's reminding me of, and maybe it's just me, but I'm getting like Kano vibes from Mortal Kombat.
Who from Law?
Oh yeah. Obviously, I think Kano's bald now, but when he had hair, because he's meant to be like an Aussie anyway.
No, I don't feel the same.
What's he doing?
You know what Krash is thinking? He's thinking Houston hang time.
Houston hang time.
Like 80s action star.
Jayson Booker T.
Oh my god, that is awesome!
Harlem Hangover. Well, the Houston Hangover after he relocated. I don't know what Krash calls that.
Oh, they were calling it the Houston Hangover.
And he got a bit of hang time as well in the
So
end.
he's just going to call it the same thing. That makes sense.
Krash.
Oh,
And Law puts his foot on the rope.
See them both.
front flip leg drop to the back of the head. That's all you need to know. And it's freaking cool.
To pull Law away from the ropes.
Stamina is low in both men, isn't it?
Yeah. But Law managed to get his foot on the ropes.
He did indeed. Krash wants to end this now.
Oh, crash testing time.
Uh-oh. We haven't seen this in a while. Krash tester time for Law. He's measuring him, sizing him up.
For the crash test.
Couldn't get the Krash tester in the end.
Oh man, do you if there's like I'm now just gonna start another top 10 list of moves I am scared of. The first one's gonna be LDZ's Snapdragon. The second one is Kris Law's spear. It's just devastating. And number 3 would be Robbie Parker's uppercut.
So excited to see Robbie again.
Love you, Robbie.
And the butterfly those arms. What are you going to get? Double underhook DDT? No.
Going for the crash tester.
Hyman. Crash test.
He's gonna drop it.
Oh no!
Lord. Hyman's carry dropped into a tombstone. Ah, God. That was cool.
It hit the Krash tester. The Krash tester pass on Law.
But you're right. Like both of these guys should be showcased more often. You know, in other states as well. I mean, thank God we've got the Melbourne Wrestling Show on Channel 31 here, and hopefully, a lot more people can check that show out to get more talent because we're getting not just stuff from Melbourne, but we had Wide Bay featured on last week's episode. I know that there are other companies that we will be showcasing on that show. When I say we, I should say that show because I'm not part of that. But Mike Manson, the commissioner of Alpha Pro Wrestling, is the host of that show.
I was just about to bring up that same point. I was going to say I like that even though it is called the Melbourne Wrestling Show, they're showcasing talent from all around the country. All you got to do is hit them up.
Something
Like,
and break this up. They need to get involved in this.
any wrestler or promoter watching.
Oh, look, there's Nova.
Standing there watching.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Now they get in there.
Any promoter or whatever that for some reason watches this video.
And there's Blaze.
Great job trying to break this one up. The running knee.
I love watching these old ABW shows because like I can just spot people in the audience.
Law's out. Krash does not care. Krash does not care.
And I still want one of those T-shirts at Adrenaline Pro Wrestling. I want an APW Kris shirt.
Oh yeah, why not?
Strain these two.
But they don't make them anymore, so
We got more security, guys.
it's hard for them. Oh, look, there's some too.
I think the match's been thrown out. It's been
What?
thrown
They're
out.
throwing at the match.
Oh,
What?
down now. It's a shame. It's a Sunday morning as we record this, and BBC doesn't actually drink anymore. But hey, I've got water. I take a shot. Take a shot every time you see someone in the crowd that you know.
Oh, mate, we'll be drunk by the end of the episode. I'm just spotting people who are named. There's heaps of people I can see in the crowd, and there's Blake Curtis too.
There's like just some little kid in the crowd just going absolutely bonkers at Chris Law right now. Couldn't hear what he was saying, but it was just like.
Oh, did you hear that? Watch your language there, sir.
It's always the kids though that are like more just intense. It's great.
You look at me when I'm talking to you. You had one chance tonight. One chance. You've been chasing me for months and you wanted me in there and you had me. But people like you, lying, cheating, maniacal little dirtbags have got nothing better to do with your life than run. See, people have done that my entire life. See, Kris, here's the thing. You had the chance, one-on-one with Jayson Krash, that jaw-jacking ass kicking, crazy SOB. And what did you do? You ran like a little bitch.
Probably one of the best promos I've heard from Krash too.
Kris, here's the thing. We ain't done yet. We are nowhere near done because people like you have tried to keep people like me down my entire life. But look who's still standing. This son of a bitch. You see, everyone here tonight, every jaw jacker here tonight has got a Kris Law in their life. But I'm going to say this once. So turn your hearing aid up. You read.
Oh my God.
Parents, you cover your kids' ears. You, Kris Law!
I had to bleep that out. And just continuing on from what you said, yeah, Krash promos are some of the best.
Just genuine emotion, intensity. Hell yeah.
Hmm.
Feeding off the live audience. What are words?
I have to admit, I did say that too last night, but you won't pick that up on that one because I said that in energy and I was literally, oh, what are words? Because I can't remember exactly what I said, but I up really bad. Oh, I'm starting to feel a little bit more. My voice is starting to feel a little bit better now. I'm actually a little bit more awake. Maybe that's a cure for what when you're half asleep. You just do an episode of Reaction Wrestling Wednesdays. Another friggin' banger from Krash and well, I'm about to say John Stop Action and Kris Law. Like it's. I think at this point it's a crime that they're not featured that more often. We got I'm not going to name names, but we got so many names out there that are huge and doing stuff like StarCast and going overseas. But Crash and I'm not saying this because I work with them or they're my friends or whatever. I generally think that Kris Law and Jayson Krash are two of the best that Australia's ever had and probably ever will have. Um, like the one vivid memory that lives rent free in my head of Kris Law is when he was versing. I can't remember what he was going by at the time, but we now know him as the Overlord Manos. Uh, he was doing a match, and the rope somehow went down a little bit and copped him, and he got the full force of the rope. And if you guys have never felt those ropes, I have, and I've accidentally hit myself on the inside of my thigh with one.
Actually busted the inside of my nose on a rope in a battle royal trying to save myself. Same,
Exactly.
not as much force, but it was just enough that like I've grabbed it and it's gone. And I was like, oh, but it was like bleeding, like actually up.
No, but he's gone and hit his nose, but it's got his eye. Like the nose was one thing, the nose was fine, but when he got the eye, his eye swelled up immediately. But he still continued with that match, and he just hit it out of the ballpark. He didn't miss that. I think he missed the next show. Like he was still there, but he wasn't wrestling because I know he was scheduled to wrestle, but that didn't happen. But that's absolutely amazing. With Crash though, like. I even said this to him that I totally forgot that I had seen him previously at PCW and I saw him at a few other things prior to me rediscovering him and reuniting with him in Adrenaline. And like, I, again, this is not because I'm friends with Crash. I really don't understand why he's not further up on the pinnacle of Australian wrestling. Because I honestly reckon he could hang with like a Robbie Eagles, do stuff with Slex. I think if we're gonna go fantasy booking wise, like I honestly reckon if Kuya comes back to Australia and WCW looking to listen to this, I reckon a really good match would be TJP versus Jayson Crash. I reckon those two could have a banging match, you know. And again, not because they're friends of mine, because I generally think that. That's my fantasy booking for this episode. You know what? Okay, we're gonna have fantasy booking and Disney references on Reaction Wrestling Wednesdays because I really don't want to make another show. We might just incorporate it in the last few minutes of these episodes because why the not? What's your fantasy booking with either of these two competitors, Johnny?
Well, see, honestly, it's hard though because when you said Robbie Eagles, my mind obviously went from Crash. Crash could obviously hang with Robbie Eagles, but my mind went to Zane because it's a high flyer and da da da. Da. But like, I think without talking for too long, you have both APWs that are in Melbourne, both Adrenaline and Alpha. They have rosters that are stacked, and I truly believe that at least a good 50% of them, if not more, if WSW were to say, hey, let's stop looking at PCW or MCW, I just realized I think I said WCW, not WSW. Anyway, if they were to look into an Alpha Pro or a Adrenaline Pro, I have no doubt that they'd have no issues filling those shoes. Because as you said, a Jayson Crash versus a TJP or a Kris Law versus TJP would be phenomenal.
Well,
I just
let me just correct you on one thing, because because I've actually had Adrian on the show. It's and I know it seems like that they only book from PCW and WCW. It's not actually the case, just because they they all it just happens they all work in the same thing. But when it comes to the WCW, it's just Adrian just gets sent tapes and he goes, okay, bang. And what's worse is because there's so many competition out there. It looks like it is only from these people, but even then, the people that got on those shows are fucking phenomenal. Like, I hadn't really heard of Pereira until I went to a WSW, and then I started seeing him at MCW, BCW, started checking some of the stuff from across the pond. Like, fucking hell, I'm absolutely amazed at like how good they are. But then when I'm always excited whenever the I'm just about to call it by their old name. I was going to say the Philippe Bros, but the Natural Classics, like
Yes.
I don't give a flying what anyone says. One of the best tag teams we have in Australia, period. And that's just not now. I'm saying in general. I've watched these guys grow. I've seen them just do absolutely amazing things, not only as a tag team but solo. Like honestly, hands down, Tome he can have a match with anybody, whether it be a serious match, a comedy match, submission, hardcore, whatever. Like one of the best things I ever seen him do was he had a match with Wake, and they ran behind the grandstand, and they just, well, they didn't really fight, but they were making it sound like they were fighting. And I don't think at that point Tome had ever done a comedy match before, but it's hilarious, and like I'm like, this is great. You know what I mean? With Stevie, sorry to go on a tangent, but with Stevie, literally, he had a moniker for a long time, and I still say this whenever I watch their matches. Stevie is better because literally the kid. He can probably do a 450 splash from the bottom rope. You know what I mean? Like I just think this kid is just absolutely amazing, and the fact that when they did their WWE chart and they didn't get in, that pissed me off. I'm like thinking, what the they should have got he got signed straight away. But I'm glad that they're doing the stuff with the New Japan dojo. But I want them to be more showcased in the world of professional wrestling, not just Australian wrestling. Um, yeah.
It
Uh,
is ridiculous how much the Philippe Bros have evolved over the years, though. And I was obviously I went to the Impact shows here and seeing them and the Velocities as well, if you wanted to say tag teams in general, like seeing them get featured there on that show. And then I saw the Perea actually live at the showcase, and I was just like, dude, these dudes could be on like television right now. Like they're ready, and it's crazy because they're gonna keep evolving, they're gonna keep getting better, and it's ridiculous the amount of talent we have in this country, and it's just a shame that not even a third of it gets showcased.
mm.
Like,
Can I just say just one thing? Tone, Tiger, like I'm sorry, I know that's your thing, but unfortunately, the night that I saw you do it for the first time, I had some drunk bogan goes, "Oh, you're a tiger! You're a tiger! Oh!" That I can't take that gimmick seriously anymore because of that dickhead saying that. I Every time you do it, I just
like a toiga.
no, no, I'm doing the voice really bad. Because the guy did it so good, but it was like, oh my God, I can't take home seriously now because of that. Um, well, that's it for this episode of Reaction Wrestling Wednesdays. We're going to quickly get the Disney reference. I'm actually going to do this now because I had to buy one of these things because Bubs was getting bored.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the Nintendo Switch, and I downloaded that game. What's that? What's that racing game? The
Speedstorm.
kart game?
Speedstorm.
Huh?
Disney.
Speedstorm, yeah. Um, I had to basically hide this because I couldn't stop playing it.
The new season starts in 5 days. It's gonna be
Shut
record.
up! Shut
Hell
up!
yeah.
Shut up! Um, Bubs won't stop playing it. But he's not home at the moment. But he won't stop playing it either. Uh, you undersold it to me, brother. I thought it was just going to be like because I can't remember if it was what it was either Nickelodeon or the DreamWorks card game. It was so incredibly bland. That's what I thought this game was going to be like.
From what
And
I've heard, I think it's probably the DreamWorks one you're playing from because the Nickelodeon one has literally like a million customization options, which is
no, I
ridiculous.
know. I just can't remember which one it was because they both have like a massive roster. The
Yeah.
only problem is very bland. It's kind of like there was a an old DOS game. It was called, I believe it was called Clay Kart Racer, and it literally it was a complete rip off of Mario Kart. But the only problem is, I'll use Jesse Joel's the refer stick as example. So let's pretend that this is the weapon. That's all it was. There was no animation. It was like the square would just move. You know what I mean? And like being a poor kid in Mulgrave in the 90s, you just had to play it because there's nothing else to do. But I love Speedstorm. Yeah, I was gonna say people at me went no because I won't be playing that. I won't be playing this as much because it'll be bubs and I gotta be monitoring what my kid does with his video games. So yeah. Any obscure Disney references for you, my friend?
Not really. I mean, we actually unlocked Steamboat Pete last night, and he's a bastard to unlock. I had an event on finally, but yeah, I'm just counting down the days for the Wreck-It Ralph season to start because I loved Wreck-It Ralph. It's such an underrated film. Have you seen it? Please tell me you've seen that. You haven't seen Frozen. Tell me you've seen Wreck-It Ralph. Your expression's telling me that you haven't. Jesus Christ.
No. I'm just like you really have to ask me that question. Like I love wrestling, I love pop culture, but we got to also
The
acknowledge
pop culture references that are in
I
Wreck-It
love
cameos.
video games too. And like my I think the what sold me was Zangief was in the not intervention. What do they call those things? Like it's like I know the American thing is AA meetings, but it wasn't AA meeting. It was like a villain.
Just like a conference, I guess.
Yeah, okay, we'll call it a conference. Yeah,
Sitting in a corner, sitting
and
in
then
a
and then the ghosts from
Yes.
Pac-Man, were going when they were scared. That's why I was like, oh, I actually really want it. I don't think it's like the best Disney movie out there, but I had a lot of fun
I
watching it
actually
though.
enjoyed the sequel more, which usually sequels are
I haven't
so
watched that one yet because every time I've tried to watch it, I will get maybe I don't know, maybe 10 minutes in, maybe even less than maybe 5 minutes in, and then someone calls me on the phone or I get called into the kitchen to do something, and then I'm taken away for maybe 20-30 minutes, and it's like halfway through the movie I'm like, no, I can't. I'll just watch it later, so I'll go back to my room or something like that. I just don't have the time to watch it. Like it's so hard to watch certain movies that you're just not heavily invested. Like if I was heavily invested, I would actually go, all right, no, I'm gonna rewind it and then watch it. But yeah, it's just not for me.
Semi-related though, I finally watched Boss Baby the other day, which is DreamWorks. It came out in what, like 2017, 2018?
Something like that. I wasn't a
I
fan
only
of that one.
just sat down and watched it, and I actually really loved it. And again, the cheeky like Disney references and a couple of references they had in there that they actually got the rights to, I was like, okay, I had no idea. Like, it was not.
They made a TV series of that too, right?
Yes, there's actually 2 TV series. They just dropped a new one.
Okay.
And there's a sequel that come out in 2021. I'm like, Jesus, I don't want to deep dive into it. But no, the first one, I just finally watched it and I enjoyed it. But I'm just a man child.
Yes, we know that all too much. Um, well, where can we find Court and Conversation on socials and the show itself, Johnny?
So at Courting Conversation, all one word, on Instagram, at CIC Pod on Facebook and YouTube. And it is available on Podbean, Spotify, Google Pod, and as you mentioned, it is now on Apple Podcasts. Google Pod is actually just closed in the US.
Oh, I did not know that.
It's closing in Australia at the end of June, so I'm glad that I've got Apple Pod. Apparently, they will be transitioning to YouTube Music, but I'll learn more about.
Oh yeah, I'm already on YouTube Music, so
yeah. But yeah, just type in. It's called. There is another podcast that's called Courting Conversation, but it's not active anymore. That's why it used to be called Courting Conversation with John L. Crossfire. That was the full title, but obviously on socials, I've tried to condense it to just CIC Pod. But yeah, if you just type in Courting Conversation, it should come up. But yeah, Facebook page is where I'm most active in terms of pod stuff, and that's when you can vote on the Markapalooza and yada yada yada. I actually need to do the Instagram polls for the current one before tomorrow because voting closes on Facebook tomorrow as I record this. But yeah, just go to the Facebook page. If you want to be on the podcast, either message me. So if you want to message me, the Instagram page is where you'll find me more, just because Facebook's annoying. But yeah, for actual posts and interaction, Facebook's where it's at. That's
All right. Well, with that being said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the show, and enable those notifications to stay up to date whenever we post anything. If you can't wait for the next video, make sure to check out Quarter Conversation and Whatever School. Both shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. And until next time, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.
And buy John's merch because, we love that money. Oh, you know what I forgot? Sorry. Cut the music. We haven't plugged our sponsor.
Oh my god.
Ah.
I'm gonna leave that in like as like a
Yeah, no. We have to wait, like literally stop the music for a second. All right. Let's quickly promote the sponsor, and then we'll just say goodbye. All right. So make sure to check out the sponsor of Reaction Wrestling Wednesdays, Respo Clothing. They can be found on Facebook and on Instagram. They have amazing merchandise from all the stars, and you can feel like a champion. And don't forget, you can also get some What If It's Cool merchandise, and it's pretty soon you can get some Corner Conversation merch, I believe. I don't know how it's happening, but yeah, John, you want to quickly explain what's happening?
So currently, the first thing I'm going to do, as I've explained to you, I actually explained it in detail on the episode we just did, cheap plug, is get some shirts made up for the charity show that's coming up in October. That'll be the first one. But once I do have some more funds, I will hit them up and I'll get some with, I don't know if it's going to be the What Are Words one, or it probably depend. I might even do a fan poll whether they prefer the logo, prefer the What If It's What Are Words shirt. Almost said What If It's Cool shirt, but hey, it took you 6 months, but you finally sent them your logo. So
yes, I did.
hey,
And I'm thinking of more things to do, but I will have to talk to the team there at Respo Clothing. So make sure to check out Respo Clothing on Facebook and Instagram. Facebook at Respo Clothing, and on Instagram is respo.clothing. Absolutely amazing. Now, with that being said, until next time, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Go Bruins.
Go Anaheim.
I'll allow that just because I love the Mighty Ducks.